Pig bastard, here we go. I filmed this video last night, but the cunt got wiped, didn't it? So 3 exercises for you, for your shoulder. These helped me massively when I first started weightlifting. I had loads of troubles in the overhead position, and I was getting all kinds of shoulder pain around the back, and these sorted them out. This physio at work sorted me out a treat. They're real simple, but you just got to do them accurately. The first one is your classic external rotation, so you need to make sure that you're on your side, not sitting back too much, directly on your side. A little bit of space between your elbow and your torso, straight spine, and simply rotate up into the air, making sure that you finish with the forearm perpendicular to the ceiling. Don't finish shallow, okay? You want to finish right up there, because that's the range of motion where some of those muscles around the the rotator cuff turn on to help stabilise you when your arm is overhead, okay? The extremes of external rotation. What you want to do there is just start slow and get right up so you're perpendicular, then come back down again under control. Sometimes it's good to put a little pad or towel on top of your hip. You want to make sure you're not arching as you do so. It's just finite, pig on a spit type stuff. What you'll find is you'll get to there, I reckon, to start. You won't be able to get all the way back. I couldn't get all the way back until a few weeks into it because I just didn't have the muscle control. It's not range of flexibility, it's you just don't have the muscle control to get up there. People who are weak overhead will often find that that's a limitation. Definitely it was for me. Next one. All of these are overhead movements, okay? The next one is this one. It's very simple. All you do is set your scapula so you flatten it to the ground. Don't clench it on like that. It's a very small movement. So you literally feel like if your thumb was on your back, you would not be able to dig your thumb under your shoulder blade. Okay, and all you're going to do from here is just lower a really light dumbbell overhead until you feel your whole complex bulge out. Okay? It took me ages to get used to this. I actually just used to go to there before I could feel had enough control to continue lowering. If you look in the mirror, what you'll see is if you're lacking control, your whole shoulder complex will bulge out, which is your scapula losing control. So what you want to do here is not grab too tightly, just lower under control and try and relax here. Think in your head about just relaxing here and taking all the slack around the back of the shoulder and in the scapula. Okay, that's a really small movement as well. Don't be afraid to start off really narrow here until you feel that bulging out. You might even put your hand on there until you feel the whole thing move out. That's when you've got to stop and just go to that range and then train that. Last one, second from last one actually, is as follows. So back in that position that you started with the original one, your hand is up like this, okay, onto your side, and you're going to lower your arm overhead until you feel a similar sensation as you did on the previous drill, i.e. your scapula is bulging out, protruding out the side of your body. So get in the mirror on this one, or even have your hand touching it, and in the moment you feel that scap sort of, what would you call, laterally winging out to the side. It's different ways, different terminologies, but straight spine, and you want to lower your arm directly alongside the bottom portion of your head, so the back side of the head, where you would be when you finish a jerk block out. Sets of 10, really slow. I can do this, managed a bit of control, but even there I'm starting to bulge out a little bit. If I turn my scap on and relax there, I handle it a bit better. You've got to concentrate on those muscles around the back there, and again, relax. Last one. Real simple. You're just going to lie down with the dumbbell at the hip level, and all you're going to do here is just go back and forth, touching the ground here, then touching the ground here, letting the weight take you all the way down, and then controlling it overhead as well. What you want to do here is that when you get into the extreme ranges of motion here and here, either times you're not doing this, you're bulging and your shoulder's not coming off the floor, because that shows a soft tissue restriction. You're just going to compensate there. Okay, what you want to do is only go to the ranges of motion before your shoulder lifts off the floor. Okay, that's your functional range of movement. Okay, not so worried about your passive range of motion. You want to hit your limits of range of motion when you're under control. Literally do 2 sets of 10, each arm, each side, and maybe do that every other day. That will take you between 5 and 10 minutes. And you will be very surprised with how much weight you're using, aka 2.5 kilos. You get up to 5 kilos on that for sets of 10, and you've still got shoulder issues or overhead issues, then it's probably not looking at the right area. But I'm pretty sure if you do that, you'll be all right, along with the soft tissue stuff that I sent you an email yesterday. Dinner tonight, I'm going to go for some more patties, turkey patties, chucked in with feta, and